Greetings to everyone. I'm Tom Rakes, Chancellor of the University of Tennessee at Martin. Our campus is one of three primary universities within the University of Tennessee system. I would also remind you, particularly for our graduates and family members, that today is 12/13/14. So you may remember this graduation ceremony a little easier. We're proud of each of our graduates, our alumni, our faculty and staff, and thousands of other stakeholders that support this university and our friends. UTM is a beacon for discovery and successful graduates, a national Best Buy and home to the public university with the highest graduation rate west of the Tennessee River. And there's only two of us. In essence, we offer and fulfill the UT Martin advantage. Again, welcome to the fall commencement of 2014. Will you please remain standing for the invocation which will be offered by Reverend Lee Clements, campus minister at Trinity Presbyterian Church.
Let us pray. O Holy One, we praise you for this very special day. We thank you for these graduates and all who are helping them celebrate, especially their family, friends, faculty, and staff. As the graduates begin the next chapter of their lives, we ask you to bless them. Help them see the beauty of this world and all its creatures. Inspire them to be good stewards of this precious planet. Give them generous and compassionate hearts. As they enter the workforce or continue their education, may they bring energy, intelligence, imagination, and love to all they do. May they be women and men of integrity and have the courage to speak up in the face of injustice. May they use their gifts, knowledge, and wisdom to make our world a better place, where every person is treated with respect and dignity, and every life matters. Pour out your Spirit on this celebration. Shower the graduates with peace and joy and the assurance that you are with them today and always. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Clements. Join me in thanking Dr. Elaine Harris for our processional and recessional music. Dr. Harris is a professor in the Department of Music. Thank you, Elaine. This morning, Dr. Harris performed on a Steinway piano. The University of Tennessee at Martin is proud to be an all-Steinway school, part of an elite group of some 135 schools and conservatories around the world to hold this title. Welcome once again to our Fall Commencement 2014. We're pleased to have parents, friends, family members, faculty and staff, and of course, today's graduates. I would also like to help to welcome those who are joining us via the internet. Today's graduates represent more than 43,000 alumni, soon to be alumni, and today's graduates represent 35 states, 4 different nations. If you would, please take your seats. To our graduates, good luck to each of you, and be assured that the faculty and staff at the university wish you the very best. Remember that you're soon to join a worldwide group of alumni from the University of Tennessee at Martin. I want to specifically acknowledge the parents, spouses, and other relatives and friends that are with us. Your support makes a significant difference, enabling our graduates to be here today. And I'd also invite all of you to join us for a reception immediately following the conclusion of the ceremony. There's another group that's been critical to the success of today's graduates. That group is the faculty. I know them as colleagues and dedicated professionals. Today's graduates will remember the faculty for their wisdom and their counsel. Our graduates' successes in life will be impacted significantly by the time and effort provided through the UT Martin faculty. Would our distinguished faculty please stand and let's express our appreciation to you, please. Thank you. I'm going to recognize a few additional faculty and staff, and I would ask that each of you please stand and remain standing when your name is called, and I would ask that members of the audience just hold your applause until everyone's been introduced. Our mace bearer is Dr. Nell Gullett, Professor of Finance in the Department of Accounting, Finance, Economics, and Political Science. Dr. Gullett is a University of Tennessee Alumni Association Distinguished Professor. Our processional marshals are as follows: Faculty Senate President Dr. Brian Donovan, Faculty Senate Vice President Dr. Robert Mancuso, Interim Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration Nancy Yarborough, and Vice Chancellor for University Advancement Andy Wilson. There are two recipients of this year's Outstanding Teacher Award: Dr. Paula Moore, Associate Professor of Accounting and Business Law, and the second recipient is Dr. Jimmy Butler, Professor of Agriculture Education. Thanks to each of you for your contributions to the university and what you do for our students. You will note in your program the names of retiring faculty members. We want to thank them for their many years of service to the institution, and of course we're grateful for their contributions that they've made to the university while here, mentoring students and interacting with others on campus. I would also like to introduce a special member of our platform party. With us today, representing President Joe DiPietro, is Dr. Keith Carver. Dr. Carver is Executive Assistant to the President. Let's give him a good round of applause, and he has some comments in a few minutes. This time, I would also like to introduce our members of the platform, but in deference to time, if you'll check the program, you'll see their names. We also are very honored today, having visited the campus. We have a member of the University of Tennessee Board of Trustees, Ms. Julia Wells, if you would stand please, from Jackson. She's a graduate of UT Knoxville and serves as Vice President of Marketing for the Pick Suite Company. Most of you have heard of Pick Suite, I suspect. She was appointed to the board in 2014, and we look forward to several years interacting and working with you. One more time. I'm now pleased to introduce our special music for today. Dr. Elizabeth Alexander on the clarinet, accompanied by Elaine Harris on the piano. They will perform Santina in G minor, Opus 29, Con Brito, composed by Joseph Horowitz. Thank you for the beautiful music. We certainly appreciate your performance. And I have to confess, in my younger days, I attempted the clarinet, and it is not an easy instrument to play. So thank you so much. We're delighted to welcome our commencement speaker, Elizabeth DeBush, who was named Commissioner of the Ohio Valley Conference on January 29 of 2009. She is one of only 9 women to head Division I conferences in the nation. Commissioner DeBush earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in History and Government from St. Mary's College and a master's degree in Communications from the University of Notre Dame. After completing the Concannon Program of International Law in London, England, she received her Juris Doctorate from the University of Notre Dame School of Law. Elizabeth is a member of the bar in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Georgia. She's worked as an attorney in Green Bay, Atlanta, and Marietta, Georgia, as well as serving as a judicial clerk to P. Harris Hines, who is currently serving on the Georgia Supreme Court. Commissioner DeBush has been a member of the Notre Dame Club of Indianapolis Board of Directors, as well as being a graduate of the Sports Management Institute. She's a member of the Nashville Sports Council, most recently serving as co-chair of the NCAA Women's Final Four event that included, among several OVC institutions, a number of UT Martin students who had the opportunity to work throughout the event in Nashville. The commissioner serves on the board of the Nashville YWCA, as well as being a member of the Catholic Business Women's League, the Nashville Rotary, and is a member of the International Women's Forum of Tennessee. Elizabeth also serves on the NCAA Committee on Institutional Performance and the NCAA Division I Leadership Council. For 7 years, the commissioner served on the staff of the NCAA, responsible for Division I initiatives, including governance structure and serving as a liaison to governance representatives, external constituent groups, and NCAA staff. Additional duties included working with Division 1A athletics directors, the National Association of Collegiate Women Athletics Administrators, and faculty athletic representatives such as Dr. John Schomer, who is UTM's current faculty athletics representative. She also has experience involving the Women's Basketball Issues Committee, the Presidential Oversight Committee, and Monitoring Group, the Men's Academic Enhancement Group, the Presidential Task Force on Commercial Activity in Intercollegiate Athletics, and the two-year College Relations Panel. Prior to Commissioner DeBusch's work for the NCAA, she worked at the Southeastern Conference for a number of years as both an assistant and then associate commissioner managing rules compliance. Elizabeth, as you can recognize, has an extensive career, and I've only shared a sample of her experiences and outreach activities. We're fortunate to have her expertise as commissioner of the Ohio Valley Conference, and I'm honored to invite my friend and one of the most respected Division I commissioners in the United States, Elizabeth DeBusch.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Before I start my formal comments, I'd like to extend my thank you to Chancellor Rakes, to Dr. Keith Carver, to UT trustee Julia Wells, and to the distinguished faculty and staff that are in attendance today. I'd also like to express my gratitude to the amazing graduates of the summer and fall classes of 2014 and your immensely proud families for allowing me to share a portion of this exciting day with you. Well, when I received the call from Chancellor Rakes this summer asking me to be the commencement speaker, as you can imagine, I had a variety of emotions. At first, I was quite humbled to think that someone thought I had lived my life in such a way that I may have a pearl of wisdom or two to share with the graduates. Then I had a bit of a reality check. Although it seems like just a few short years since I myself graduated, it's been more time than I'd like to admit, and yes, I'm actually far old enough to be a commencement speaker. Then I had a moment of awe when I appreciated the magnitude of the privilege that I had been given to address the graduates of the fall and summer classes of 2014. So again, thank you for that. In preparation for today, I read a number of commencement speeches looking for guidance. But I found myself going back to my own graduations. And what I realized is while I remembered the days vividly and the sense of emotion associated with graduation, I had little, if no, reference to the actual commencement speeches. So what I hope to do for you today is to be brief and to be very simple and to share some items that I wish I had known when I had graduated. Now, life is way too complex, and there are way too many nuances to profess that I, or anyone else for that matter, truly has the pearls that will guarantee you a happy and successful life. So what I hope to do is to talk to you very personally, a little bit informally, and from the heart to share some lessons with you that I have learned, sometimes the hard way, in the hope that they will help you as you go through your next chapter in life. Now, there are years between you and I, graduates, but my sense is your emotions on this graduation date aren't that dissimilar than my own. For a number of you, your heads are probably swimming, thinking about friends and faculty members you want to give a last goodbye to, thinking about an apartment that probably still has boxes that need to be packed up, or a bit of anxiety about what the future will hold, be it more education or work opportunities. My hunch is that your family and friends are probably more excited about this ceremony than you are. And don't worry, I don't think any of us on this dais would take offense to that, as we understand it. Your family and friends are so excited to be here today because they're so immensely proud of you and what you've accomplished, and so very enthused about what your future can hold. As you've been a student living the day-to-day life on campus in learning and growing, your family and friends have been engaged, but it's only been secondhand. And today presents an opportunity where they can share this moment with you. So before we go any further, I would like the support network, the family and friends, the loved ones of our graduates to please stand. Graduates, please give your support network a rousing round of applause, because without them, you would not be in the position you are today. So thank you very much. Now, graduates, if you can, I ask you that you please stay in the moment with me for a bit. As a graduate of this fine institution, you are always going to be a proud member of the UTM family. You're going to join those that came before you and those that will graduate after you. But you will always have a home here at UT Mountain, and I know that you'll be invited back. We ask that you certainly support this institution following its comings and goings, and if it isn't a shameless plug, I would ask for you also to follow Skyhawk Athletics, because certainly you're a part of that as well. You are a part of a very special class, and you will always have a special tie to the graduates of 2014, and it truly is an accomplished class. And just to give you an idea, between the fall and summer graduates, we have more than 600 of you, 200 of which graduated with honors. There are more than 30 Phi Kappa Phi students, and we had a 100% graduation pass rate for nursing and the dietetics licensing exams. Beyond the walls of the classroom, UTM experienced great success as well. The OVC Academic Achievement Award went to your softball team. You had the National Championship Rodeo team in 2014, and your women's basketball team was not only the OVC regular season champ, but also the conference champion. So that's quite an accomplishment. We had more than 100 students named to the OVC Commissioner's Honor Roll, and we had 20 students that received the OVC Medal of Honor, and that's the highest academic award that we give in the conference for students receiving the highest GPA in their sport. Your radio program received national awards, and this is really impressive. You had over 100 student organizations volunteering tens of thousands of hours in service work that resulted in over $200,000 worth in philanthropy. So again, you are part of an accomplished group. Graduates, I ask you to take a look around and to look at your fellow classmates. As you look at this group, you know you are in good company. As you look around as well, make note of your friends. There is a special place in life for college friends. As you proceed through life, you'll go down different paths, but your college friends will always be a part of who you are and give you a sense of support. So make a promise to yourself today that you'll remember the special place that you have for your college friends and keep them close to your heart. Now, as I had the joy of preparing for today, I went back and there were a number of thoughts that I was considering, but I came back to 4 simple lessons that I've learned. I want to share these lessons with you and hope that they'll help you as you go through life, and when it's your turn to be a commencement speaker, you'll actually remember what was said. Now, the first lesson I want to share with you is have big dreams and let yourself and your life open to surprises. If you think about sports, you don't hear true champions saying, "Gosh, I hope we finish middle of the pack this season." Everybody wants to be a champion, and I wish that for you as well. On a personal note, when I graduated from law school, I thought I'd get a job practicing in a general practice firm somewhere in the Midwest of the United States. I always had an interest in sport and a private dream that maybe I could work somewhere in the sports industry. But for a variety of unfounded reasons, I didn't have the courage at the time to pursue my dream. At the time I graduated from law school, there wouldn't have been any indication that I would go on to work at the Southeastern Conference or the NCAA, let alone become the first female commissioner for the Ohio Valley Conference. So thank goodness life is full of surprises. Now, ultimately, I mustered the courage to pursue the career that I wanted. And I would like to tell you that my career path was clearly planned, but that's not the case. What I can share with you is I had a dream, I had a good level of support, I had the courage, thanks to that support, to be able to pursue this dream and take a couple leaps of faith, and then I had a whole bunch of good fortune. What I wish for you is that you go through life, that you have the courage to follow your dreams, to listen to your heart, have the confidence to take leaps of faith when they are necessary, and the security to let life unfold before you. Now, the second lesson that I've learned is don't be your own worst enemy. Make sure that you're your own MVP. Oftentimes in my career, I had saw opportunities or had been exposed to potential to do things, but I was the one holding myself back. I told myself working in athletics, oh gosh, they wouldn't consider a female for that position. Or I noted, gosh, my background's not completely on point with what they're looking for this position. I wasn't the brightest bulb and I wasn't the quickest learner, but eventually I smartened up to realize that I was holding myself back. And I share this story because it's a story of failure, not because of what I received or didn't receive, but because I was afraid to act and I didn't take the necessary action at all times. What I say to you is make sure that you get in the game and that you are an active participant in your life. As a matter of course, we all need to be self-aware. Not every job or opportunity is for us. We need to be aware of our strengths, play to our strengths, and be also aware of our weaknesses and try to improve. What we can't do is be so focused on all that we're not that we get paralyzed by indecision because things are not perfectly set. I think Voltaire's proverb, perfect is the enemy of the good, can actually be true many times in life. Life is messy. You can't wait for everything to be absolutely perfect. You have to accept the rough edges, go for it, and make sure that you are the MVP and that you get in the game. The third lesson that I've learned is to make sure that I enjoy the journey. Any successful athlete will tell you it's about practice, practice, and more practice. You need to practice and you need to be ready for those big moments in life. If you can find a way to enjoy the process. Find a way of enjoying the steps through your life. When I look back on my life, whether it was my first apartment, that you could touch both sides of the apartment, but if you stretched your hands, and the fact that I had rented furniture, or squeegeeing tennis courts and hanging banners, it's all part of the fabric of who I am, and it's all part of the experiences that I take to my current position. I need to and try every day to enjoy every moment and every experience. In my service to the Ohio Valley Conference, whether it's driving across this great league to watch our student athletes perform, talking with a university president or chancellor about the future of the league, or even hearing from an irate coach who might not necessarily love an officiating call, well, that's part of the job, and that's what I need to enjoy. It's the day-to-day friendships, the laughter, the challenges, and the struggles that make your accomplishments all that much more rich. I encourage you, to the best that you can, to enjoy the moments, to have gratitude for the things that you have, and to, while you maintain your dream, make sure you enjoy life in the process. Lastly, the lesson that I want to share with you is to make sure that you're true to yourself and that you have a good foundation. By virtue of my job, I work with and for highly competitive people. I also am responsible to a variety of different constituent groups. If I didn't have a strong sense of self and my values, I couldn't do this job. And if I ever waver from my convictions, I won't be in this position for very, very long. I have to be true to myself, and I suggest you will have to be true to yourself as well. My last story is somewhat lighthearted, but I hope that it's symbolic of what you will experience in life. It goes back to my own graduation. On my graduation day, one of my college roommates, who wasn't the type of girl that got dressed up very often, decided she was going to wear high-heeled shoes to the commencement ceremony. We went up to the dais to receive our diplomas, and as she was ready to go down the steps, she noticed her brother at the base of the steps with a dozen of roses for her. Well, she was so surprised, and in her high-heeled shoes, she proceeded to trip down the steps, head over heels in front of everyone. I share that because in life, you are going to be hit by surprises, both good and bad, and you're going to need a solid foundation. It also gives me an excuse to tell you, it's always important to have good footwear in life. It makes it a whole heck of a lot easier. So graduates, what I ask of you is, when you leave this day and you start your new chapter, have big dreams, don't get in your way, be your own MVP, enjoy your journey, and know your values. I am so immensely proud that you're graduates of an Ohio Valley Conference institution. I congratulate you on your accomplishment. I wish you an absolutely splendid journey, and I hope on that journey you have good footwear. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner DeBush, for those timely comments. Some of us don't have as many challenges with footwear as many of our ladies do. You honor UT Martin today and our graduates with both your presence and your comments, and we're honored to have you representing the Ohio Valley Conference and today serving as our primary speaker. Let's express our thanks one more time, please. Making today's announcement of the Paul and Martha Meek Leadership Awards is Dr. Margaret Toston, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs.
Would the following individuals please come forward? Amy Bloat, Constance Bonds, and Amber Thompson. First awarded in 1970, the Paul and Martha Meek Leadership Award is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated outstanding qualities of leadership while at the University of Tennessee, Martin. The award was originally established and funded by the 3 Meek children to honor their parents. Our first recipient, Amy Bloat. Amy is a biology major from Martin, Tennessee. Amy has been a member of Phi Eta Sigma National Honor Society, has served as a student ambassador, and was recipient of the Student Interdisciplinary Writing Conference Award. She was chosen by Quinlan College of Medicine to participate in the Medical Horizons program. Amy's community involvement includes We Care, Real Foot Rural Ministries, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Martin Soybean Festival. Amy has worked with UTM's Relay for Life, and in 2013, she served as Executive Director. That year, a record $26,000 was raised for the American Cancer Society. Congratulations, Amy. And this move over. But stay on the stage. Okay. Our second recipient is Constance Bonds from Gates, Tennessee, a psychology major. Constance served as president of the Black Student Association, was awarded the Debrechet P. Board Scholastic Salute Award, and was member of Phi Eta Sigma National Honor Society. Constance was selected as student member of the University of Tennessee System President Search Committee and served as a member of the Search Advisory Council. Her community outreach has included the Martin Housing Authority, Carl Perkins Center, and voter registration programs in Weakley and Obion counties. Congratulations, Constance. The third recipient to be honored by the Paul and Martha Meek Leadership Award is Amber Thompson, a biology major from Arlington, Tennessee. Amber has served as president of the Phi Eta Sigma National Honor Society, inducted into the Gamma Beta Phi National Honor Society, was a Harold Connor Scholar, and was chosen as a pre-med scholar. She is recipient of the Who's Who Among Students Award and the Phi Eta Sigma Certificate of Leadership. Amber has been active in Rotaract and has served as chairperson for Up Till Dawn, a fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. She has served the local community through volunteering at Martin Elementary School, We Care, and the Boys and Girls Club. Congratulations, Amber. Thank you.
Congratulations, Amy, Constance, and Amber, on your award, and all three are more than deserved. Thank you. Dr. Gerald Ogg, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, will now present our honors graduates for recognition.
It is my distinct privilege to represent these exceptional faculty in recognizing two groups of outstanding students. First, graduating honor students are identified by the gold cords draped about their necks. They have achieved grade point averages on a 4-point scale within one of the following three categories: cum laude, 3.2 to 3.49. Would students graduating cum laude please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Magna cum laude, 3.5 to 3.79. Would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. And summa cum laude, students graduating with GPAs of 3.8 to 4.0. Would you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. The second group I'd like to recognize are graduating university scholars who are identified by the gold medallions draped about their necks. Each year, some 15 talented and highly motivated students are accepted in the University Scholars Program, which involves a sequence of studies, mentor research, and other activities. Would graduating university scholars please stand and be recognized? Thank you, and congratulations to each of these outstanding students.
I would also like to recognize another special group of graduates today. Would all of our first generation graduates please stand? If you're the first in your family to graduate with a bachelor's degree, we'd like to recognize you along with the members of your family. On the behalf of President Joe DiPietro, Dr. Keith Carver is with us today to bring greetings from the University of Tennessee system. Dr. Carver was named Executive Assistant to the President in January of 2011. Keith worked in University Advancement at UT campuses in Knoxville, here in Martin, and at Memphis before accepting his current role. The Executive Assistant to the President carries out several duties, the least of which includes maintaining a standard of excellence for the staff in the office of the President. He also represents the President at events, activities, meetings, and to constituent groups, such as our ceremony today, serves as a liaison with all levels of administration statewide. Prior to working at the UT Health Science Center in Memphis, Dr. Carver was Assistant Vice Chancellor for Development here at UT Martin from 2006 to 2010. He held several positions at UT Knoxville, including Assistant Director of Development and Alumni Affairs for the College of Law, Program Director of the Office of Student Activities, and Co-Director of Team Vols. He also worked as Director of Special Projects and Coordinator of Experimental Education at Marietta College in Ohio for 2 years. Keith earned his bachelor's degree in sociology at the University of Memphis, his master's in college student personnel and educational leadership at UT Knoxville, and his PhD at UT Knoxville. Keith and his wife Holly Ann are the proud parents of 3 children, a daughter Carson, and 2 sons, Jack Thomas and Britton. Please help me welcome Dr. Keith Carver, Executive Assistant to the President of the University of Tennessee.
Thank you, Chancellor Rakes. It's always good to be home in West Tennessee, and I'm so honored to share this day with the graduates and their families and their support networks. It's just a wonderful day. Today is a day of new beginnings for all of you graduates. You've had very different paths to this moment, to be here. You've all experienced obstacles and hardships and strife along the way as you pursued your path towards your degree. And you've learned many hard lessons about life, both in and out of the classroom. But I think if I could just leave you with one thing today, it would be how proud we are of you because you've persevered, because you've overcome these obstacles to obtain this wonderful degree. And graduates, today, you have achieved success. So please come back to see us. Let us know how we can help you, and we want to hear from you, because forevermore, you'll be part of the UT Martin family. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Keith. At this time, the deans will present members of this year's graduating class for the conferring of the degrees.
Good afternoon. In the College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences, will the following candidates please rise as they are called? Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. Please rise. Bachelor of Science in Geosciences. Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences. Bachelor of Science in Natural Resources Management. We also recognize the cadets commissioned earlier this morning as second lieutenants in the United States Army. Will you please rise? Chancellor Rakes, Dr. Carver, the candidates before you have met all the requirements for their respective degrees as set by the faculty. They are ready for their degrees to be conferred. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidates in the College of Business and Global Affairs please stand as I name your respective degrees? Bachelors of Science in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies. Chancellor Rakes, Dr. Carver, the candidates before you have met all requirements for the respective degrees as set by the faculty and are ready for their degrees to be conferred. Please be seated.
In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, will the following candidates please rise as you are called? In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with the degree of Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with the degree of Bachelor of Science in Education. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with the degree of Bachelor of Science in Health and Human Performance. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with a degree of the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with a degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with the degree of Bachelor of Arts. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with a degree of Bachelor of Science. In the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, with a degree of Bachelor of University Studies. Chancellor Rakes and Dr. Carver, the candidates before you have met all the requirements for their respective degrees as set by the faculty. They are ready for their degrees to be conferred. Please be seated.
For the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences, with the candidates for the following degrees, please rise. Bachelor of Science with major in Biology. Bachelor of Science with major in Chemistry. Bachelor of Science with major in Computer Science. Bachelor of Science with major in Mathematics. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and the Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Chancellor Rakes and Dr. Carver, the candidates standing before you have met all requirements for their degrees as established by the faculty of their respective departments within the college and are ready to have their degrees conferred. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the following degrees in the College of Humanities and Fine Arts please rise? Bachelor of Arts with majors in Communications, English, History, Philosophy, and Spanish. Bachelor of Fine Arts. Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Arts in Music. And Bachelor of Science with majors in Communications and History. Chancellor Rakes and Dr. Carver, the candidates before you have met all the requirements for their respective degrees as set by our outstanding faculty and are ready for their degrees to be conferred. Thank you. You may be seated.
Will the following candidates for the graduate degrees please rise? Master of Science in Agriculture and Natural Resources, Master of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, Master of Business Administration, and Master of Science in Education. Chancellor Rakes, Dr. Carver, the candidates before you have fulfilled all the degree requirements for their respective degrees as established by the graduate faculty and are ready for their degrees to be conferred. You may be seated.
Dr. Carver, would you join me by the podium for the conferral of degrees? Graduates, would you please stand? By virtue of the authority of the state of Tennessee, vested in the Board of Trustees of the University of Tennessee, and by them delegated to the President and me, we hereby confer upon you the respective degrees for which you have been recommended, with all rights, privileges, and honors, and obligations appertaining thereto. You are hereby recognized as university graduates and alumni of the University of Tennessee at Martin. Congratulations. You may be seated. At this time, the graduates, members of this class, will be recognized individually. Announcing names for today are Dr. Robert Nanny, Professor and Chair of the Department of Communications, and Dr. Richard Robinson, Associate Professor of Communications.
From the College of Agriculture and Applied Sciences, Leslie J. Alexander. Lauren Lee Barber, magna cum laude. Kayla McCoy Barkley. Jonathan Eric Bergmark. Miles Wayne Brewer. Shane M. Carver. Kimberly Corthell. Laura Elizabeth Kroom, magna cum laude. Amberly Renee Ferris Champion. Tolar Pierce Flowers, magna cum laude. Matthew Thomas French. Blake Stephen Graham. Anthony D. Haycraft. Kaylin Renee Herbst. Colleen Brianne Johnson. Andrew T. Jordan, summa cum laude. Carrie Deanne King. Christopher Allen Kirkpatrick. Jessica Lee Knox, cum laude. Sydney Lauren Lowry, cum laude. Corey Adam Luther, magna cum laude. William Dalton Gibson McCurley. Shaniqua Janola Morgan. Brandon Michael Newton, summa cum laude. Jesse Lynn Ogg, magna cum laude. Mason Randall Pinson. Bradley Glenn Roberts. Dayton Evan Scott. Kathleen McCullough Ray, magna cum laude. Samantha Nicole Scott, magna cum laude. Leslie N. Serrano, magna cum laude. Eric Lee Smith. Matthew Chase Smith. Leanne Louise Stasser, cum laude. Amber Lynn Stewart, cum laude. Tyler Lane Strait. Wesley Dillon Tyler. Garrett Brigance Widener. Jason Christopher Wolf, magna cum laude. Austin Mitchell Woodall, magna cum laude. Sarah Catherine Young, cum laude. Pegine Joy Adams, cum laude. Rachel Janine Bolden. Julia Michelle Brinkley. Jennifer Lee Ann Brooks, magna cum laude. Emily Grace Cagle. Michaela Rashawn Daniels, magna cum laude. Laura E. Fritzker, cum laude. Brittany Nicole Hart. Hillary Page Jones. Barbara Ann Manning, cum laude. Kelsey Blaine McClure. Kayla Brooke White, cum laude. Megan Ann Witherington. Luke Wesley Anderson. Hayden T. Cook. Bradford Allen DeShields. Elizabeth Carol Fuller. William C. Fuller, magna cum laude. Cody Allen Magnus. Brittany K. Smith, summa cum laude. Roland Cardwell Campbell. Joseph Henry Castleman. Catherine Elise Dykus, cum laude. Elena Ann Gibson. Danielle Marie Nutt. Jacob Lynn Snyder. Graduating in the College of Business and Global Affairs, Emma Christine Adams, magna cum laude. James Tyler Adkins, magna cum laude. Saleh Alasqua. Mohammed Al-Suwalem, cum laude. Anas Alzir, cum laude. Mark Douglas Anadel, summa cum laude. Gary W. Anderson. Joshua Thomas Bennett. Javantez Jermaine Blackman. Morgan Lee Brewer, magna cum laude. Joshua Henry Brewster. Wait. John Boyd Browning. John E. Butler, cum laude. Carla Altum Carter, cum laude. Carla Elizabeth Ray Klein, summa cum laude. Zachary Scott Congiardo, cum laude. Shalonda Craig. Xavier Martell Cunningham. Stephen Christopher Douglas. Megan Michelle Eves. Austin Park Evans. Brittany Kiera Floyd. Emily Michelle Ford, magna cum laude. Asia D. Halliburton. Gwendolyn Nichelle Harmon. Bradley D. Harris. Katie Lynn Hawks, summa cum laude. Jeremy Taylor Haywood. Jerica Rachel Hendren. Brittany Leanne Johnson. Victoria Elaine Key. Matthew Ryan Landry. Dongyang Lee. Madeline Kathleen Lucas. Hader Maskin. Whitney D. Massey, cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Massey. Jack Dempsey McDonald, cum laude. Hara Miskeen. Mahdi Miskeen. Tamara Shri Moore. Bridget Phillips. Noah J. Pierce. Daniel James Pittman, summa cum laude. Nathan Andrew Powers. Billy Fred Reeves, magna cum laude. Taliandra Renee Richardson, cum laude. Juan Jose Moro Rivas, summa cum laude. Christopher Brian Rogers. Simone Simon. Simon M. Saputo, summa cum laude. Wait a minute. Matthew R. Shelton. Jordan Lee Sims, cum laude. Karen K. Threadgill. Adam David Tolley, magna cum laude. Sarah Catherine Triplett, cum laude. Caleb Sean Tubbs, cum laude. Elizabeth Rhodes Ward. Zachary Harrison Ward, magna cum laude. Hannah LeMay Wagoner. Kamisha Latrice Whitmore. Carl Russell Whitlow, magna cum laude. Corey Lee Wendell. Candice Ashanta Wright. Ahmed Saleh Ziad. Kiran Jain, cum laude. Adrian Costea. Desante Kimani Sharad Johnson, cum laude. Tegan Tyva Thomas, magna cum laude. Crystal Marie Frazier.
Graduating in the College of Education, Health, and Behavioral Sciences, Nicholas Eugene Brown. Corey Allen Brock. Wesley Alex Davis, cum laude. Derek D. Lashley. Bradley Wayne McMurdy. Jonathan Robert Menzie, cum laude. Sheener Alexis Alexandria Perry. Danielle Elise Stagner, cum laude. Kelsey Michelle Bailey, magna cum laude. Lydia Lee Biggerstaff. Ashlyn Brooke Brewer, cum laude. Matthew Robert Bryan, cum laude. Caitlin Carol Maxwell Bryant, cum laude. Tatum Carmack, cum laude. Benjamin Lloyd Carter. Kelsey Brianna Clark, cum laude. Jacob Warren Cole. Mary Alexis Cruz Minyard, cum laude. Emily Laura Cunningham. Donna Michelle Davidson. Hannah Rose Davis, magna cum laude. Kelly Marlene Deere, magna cum laude. Jade Nicole Douglas. Susan B. Douglas, summa cum laude. Carrie Ann Duncan, cum laude. Andrew Scott Udi, cum laude. Tara Elizabeth Gagnon, magna cum laude. Amanda Michelle Jeter. April Michelle Gonzalez, cum laude. Brianna Danette Harris, magna cum laude. Nikki Lynn Hensley. Jennifer Lynn Hertwick, magna cum laude. J.C. LaRae Henson. Candace Renee Jennings. Sarah Joyce Killingsworth, summa cum laude. Rachel Walker Kimmons. Veronica Elise Knight, magna cum laude. Casey Marie Kurtz. Daniel Craig Littles. Sarah Ann Elizabeth McAlexander. Jordan Ray McDade. Shannon Nicole McMillan, cum laude. Mary Dodds Medling, summa cum laude, university scholar. Jada Michelle Mitchell, cum laude. Christy LaVister Parsley. Kristen Lee Riley. Dustin O'Brien Rose, cum laude. Sloan Kylie Shaw, cum laude. Carissa Michelle Sherwood. Brandy Christine Smith. Samantha L. Stanford, cum laude. Sherry Ann Taylor, summa cum laude. Lacey Dawn Thompson, cum laude. Winston Maxwell Turner. Jennifer Alejandra Vila, cum laude. Amber M. Vineyard, summa cum laude. Kelly Nicole Watson. Terry Diana Whitmore, summa cum laude. Kalinda Lee Wilbanks. Jana Brooke Williams, cum laude. Ashley Nicole Mathis. Robert Reeves, Jr. Madison C. Surratt, cum laude. Kayla Marie Anderson, cum laude. Laura Catherine Arnold. Constance Mariah Bonds. Christina Nicole Buttram. Andrea Claire Carpenter Cook. Bridget Renee Duggan. Laurel Elizabeth Elsie. Catherine Rachel Gorsuch. Cassidy Maya McKinney. Sarah Oyebai, cum laude. Catherine I. Rodriguez. Jeffrey Tate Schleiter. Cameron D. Slater. Lindsay K. Springer. Joy D. Vincent. Natalie Annalise Alexander, cum laude. Jessica L. Bannister. Jalisa S. Blade, cum laude. Delandria T. Bobo. Jessica Lamarion Burnett. Kelsey Leanne Daniels. Adrienne R. Devasier, cum laude. Jonathan Hunter Dodds. William H. Edwards, cum laude. Courtney Elizabeth Lee Finley. Diana Shantae Fisher, cum laude. Frederick Cavell Flanoral, Jr. Vernice Lachey Grigsby. Travis Arness Henry, cum laude. Colton E. Henson. Kayla D. Hill. Darren Robert Howard, magna cum laude. Michael Leonard Hudson, Jr. John Fitzgerald Johnson, Jr. Marco DeVell Jones. Stuart Michael Jones. Margaret W. Lawrence. Emmanuel Lynn McClurking, cum laude. Nicholas R. Michaels, cum laude. Second Lieutenant Kristen D. Vanna, cum laude. Allison K. Nutt, magna cum laude. Tyler Dwayne Rayborn, magna cum laude. Jonathan Andrew Rice. John Adam Russell. Michael Sinclair Sigurdsson, cum laude. Cedric Chantel Terry. Juwan Rashad Turner, magna cum laude. Rodriguez Dedre Turner. Kayla Elizabeth Wade, cum laude. Bentley Page Walters. Dean Andrew Wathan, magna cum laude. Mercedes Devon Whitmore. Autumn A. Wilkins. Carmetria T. Williams. Heidi Ann Bailey. Tanya R. Fennessy. Anna Elizabeth Utzi. Priscilla Robinson Waits. Deandra Chantel Wynn, cum laude. Lisa Christine Basquette, cum laude. Catherine Nicole Blaylock, cum laude. Valencia Asada Jamil Brooks. Peyton E. Bunn. Monica Michelle Chandler. Decretia Janae Chase. Felicia Carmen Freeman, cum laude. Jasmine Nicole Gibson. Kristen Marie Howes. Maisha Kamain Hutcherson. Ashley Simone Key. Kaylee Renee McNeil, cum laude. Charlie Elizabeth Lightfoot Medlin. Jamie Devon Mills. Derica Nicole Payne. Brandy Nicole Sherrill, magna cum laude. Natalie K. Taylor, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Joanne Virtue. Rita M. Burnett, cum laude. Ariel Lucretia Campbell. Zachariah Shane Carper, magna cum laude. Stephanie Nicole Cox. Sherry Lee Kroll, cum laude. Amanda R. Ford, summa cum laude. Larry Lee Gallimore. Janice Yvette Garner. Angela Haley Harrell, magna cum laude. Marianne Hassman. Danita Danelle Helm, summa cum laude. Nicole Renee Hensley, magna cum laude. Lauren Hunt Hinton. Brian Damone Isaac. DeMarco D. Jackson. Christy Teresa Kalinowski. Christopher Don Kirk, cum laude. Phyllis H. Leak, magna cum laude. Chelsea Desiree Linderman. Patricia Christy Logan. Yakima Janae Marshall. Danessa Jade McQuellar. Karen L. Mitchell, cum laude. Cassandra L. Morgan. Samantha Michelle Murphy, cum laude. Melissa Renee Richardson, cum laude. Gail L. Rossman, magna cum laude. Angela Johnson Sheffield. Susan Cook Schultz. Holly B. Sissom, cum laude. Deadrian A. Terry. Kendra Nicole Turner. Vicki Rochelle Williams. Anna Marie Weiser. Kevin J. Barfield. Jeremy Deshawn Butler. Teresa Ann Carter, summa cum laude. Shelby L. Cole, magna cum laude. Colin Michael Johnson, summa cum laude. Jenny Lynn Vaughn. Suzette Warren, magna cum laude. Scott Adams Blankenship. Callie Ann Foreman. Melinda C. Jennings, magna cum laude. Corey A. Jordan. Catherine Ann Potter. Christopher M. Thompson. Graduating in the College of Engineering and Natural Sciences, Reed Elliott Barker.
Abdullah Alkaldi. Tony Ruth Belasic. Amy Lynn Belote, cum laude. Amelia Clary Bufford. Amanda Page Burris. Kanisha K. Champion. Wait. Gordon A. Counts. Nicole Elizabeth Drake, cum laude. Samantha Caitlin Dunn. Paige Elia Elizondo. Charles Logan Harbor. Candy Deshun Horton. Kendrick Gerald McGill. Krishna Vandankumar Patel, magna cum laude. Brian Allen Pipkin. Aaron Keith Redden. Benjamin Tyler Rollins, summa cum laude. Katie Lynn Snyder, cum laude. Amber Shanique Thompson, magna cum laude. Latoya Doral White. Kirsty D. Wilson. Jody Lynn Wright. Melvin Hamilton Young, cum laude. Is it? Breaking the action. No. Nicholas Kane Rakestraw, magna cum laude. You see it. Zachary A. Sutton. And our newest alumni in the College of Humanities and Fine Arts, Melanie Alicia King. Carly Eileen Cherry, cum laude. Ryan Travis Davis. Robert Everett Eskew, cum laude. Timothy Jamal Johnson, cum laude. William T. Quasagro. Christopher C. Wiggins, magna cum laude. Douglas Patrick Young, cum laude. Gary Stephen Crosby. Jonathan Blake Hamlin. Carly Priscilla Hill, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elizabeth Hoffa, cum laude. Anthony Brian Melton. Amy Louise Thrasher. Michael Kent Begiristain. Allison Rhodes Cook, cum laude. Leela Faye Hill, cum laude. James Kevin Klutz, cum laude. Bob Baker. Ryan Harding Carney, cum laude. Kara E. Chadwick. Alvin M. Collins. Todd Blake Collins. Kyle M. Douglas. Jonathan Lucas French. James A. Joyner. Lauren Danielle Kistner, cum laude. Mary Louise McCaslin, magna cum laude. Rebecca Franklin Cook. Jenna Ann Land, cum laude. Kayla N. McCoon. Amy Marie Mosby, James Murphy Payne, China Brook Elkai Spivey, Laura Hayes Standifer, Tayati Sierra Vincent, Samantha D. Weber, Mary Lynn Carly Williams, Rachel Caitlin Wyatt, and now graduating with the master's degrees as denoted by their hoods, Toya Capri Howard, Callie Dawn Tharp Coates, William Michael Vestal, Alice Lang, Daniel Ray Miller Jr., Jeffrey Joseph Peters, Kendra Ruth Pollard, Ashley Marie Stewart, Leah Elizabeth Taylor, Jern Lorenzia Tharp, Lindsay Reed Anderson, Amanda Jane Armstrong, David Edward Chambliss, Caroline Brandt Davis, Cherie Crystal Fleener, Taryn P. Hetcher, Mary Margaret Jackson, Kristen Breon Lawson, Brian Waller Luck, Wilhelmina D. McLaren, John William Paramore, Krista Glover Ponder, Amy Hopper Tuck, and Elizabeth A. Williams.
Again, congratulations. You're joining more than 43,000 UT Martin alumni located throughout the world. To conclude the ceremony, I have 3 requests. The first is a simple one. We encourage you to come back to UT Martin and keep in touch. Let us know where you are and what you're doing. Also, to check out the UT Martin alumni and friends on the web. The stronger we become, the more valuable your degree becomes. Number 2, please consider being vocal and supportive about the value of higher education. Post-secondary education has become a necessity for success in life. With the average income, annual income in the state of Tennessee of about $32,000, college degree is considered an essential by many of the employers. And number 3, as graduates of UT Martin, you represent our best ambassadors. Please help us recruit others to be as successful as you are. From family members to friends, help us locate, identify, and bring your friends to UT Martin. Help us assist other bright students such as yourselves in fulfilling the real Tennessee promise. You're about to enter a new stage in your life Learning needs to continue, but in a different way. As graduates of UT Martin, your diploma is a symbol of a significant achievement. Your resume now contains another tool representing a body of knowledge and problem solving that, if used wisely, can ensure a wonderful future for those and those around you. As we close the ceremony, I invite you to join us for a reception honoring the graduates in Skyhawk Fieldhouse adjacent to this arena. The reception will begin immediately following the conclusion of the program. Please join us for refreshments and begin your celebration. Dr. Robert Mancuso, Associate Professor of Music, will lead us in singing the UT Martin Alma Mater, which is printed in your program. Please stand and remain standing until the platform participants and the faculty have departed the arena.
At this time, commencement has been completed.